Hoosier Nation, what's up? Indiana wins 84-74 over Rutgers. Ben, Ace Bailey is amazing, first and foremost. Tip cat to them, but a 10-point win in the league. Indiana played hard tonight. They didn't play perfect. There were moments in this game where they didn't play perfect, but I think that's what people want to see. They played hard. What say you? What's your opening thought?
My opening thought was Balo was an absolute monster tonight down low. And a little bit on the Ace Bailey kid. I've been hearing he's from Powder Springs, which is about 15 minutes from where I live, and I've been hearing about that kid since he was in sixth grade. And yeah, he put up 39 tonight. He's pretty decent, and his degree of difficulty on his shots are like off the chart.
Uh, he's pretty decent. Uh, okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, Indiana wins 84-74. Um, really, initially, really pleased with Indiana's effort tonight. Like, we had a good crowd. Students aren't in town. It's a league home game. All those things, right? That you could say, um, could get in the way of what's going on. You got all the noise. We'll get into that with Omar Ballo and all that nonsense that's been going on over the last few days, um, and all that was really blocked out. I mean, Indiana got the win it needed, and Dylan Harper, who is arguably the best player for Rutgers, although I find that hard to believe after watching Ace Bailey tonight. Uh, had 39 and Dylan Harper's out, but Indiana loses Malik Renew, the first minute of the game, not even the first minute of the game, gets a knee. He had ice on the knee. He gave some people a thumbs up on social media. So I think hopefully Malik will be good, but I'm sure Indiana will get a look at him before, they head to Penn State this weekend, and we'll see what actually to the Palestra in Philadelphia. That game's not at Penn State, but Indiana moves to 2-1 in the conference. 10-point win in the league. I mean, that's what we want to see, right? I feel like, our last time we got together, we were pretty damn negative, and maybe deservedly so for this team. So we're really trying to bring the positivity in 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. And so I can bring the positivity on a night where Indiana wins by 10. And quite frankly, they could have won by one or they could have lost. And Ace Bailey had 50 and you tip your cap. But I felt like the effort was there. And it top to bottom, right? Renew goes down, and Ballo didn't start, right? And we've had all this. He was questionable coming in, and he played. Arguably, I haven't looked at the stats honestly yet. I'm going to go to that in just a second. But you mentioned it, Ben, off the top. Is this Ballo's best game as a Hoosier coming off of whatever just happened over the weekend, or well, I don't even know what day it is earlier this week?
I'd say it's his best game, but I think also we play better with one big man. We move the ball around better. Balo's got more space. Not to say, Renew's not great on our team, because he is, and he's he averages 15 points a game or whatever. But I'd like to see them kind of basically one of them two should be on the floor at all times, and they might not have to be on the floor at all times together, if that makes sense. But we moved the ball around a lot better tonight and had better spacing, especially versus zone, than I've seen in quite some time, because I think Renew wasn't out there. And Goody.
Or what? It didn't have the two
shots.
bigs, right?
Yeah.
It was by default, right? An injury caused that to happen, but we've seen that over the last few games where Woodson has tried to go with that lineup, and Indiana's played a little bit better. But I think looking at the stats here, what Indiana, it was 12 for 27 from the threes. Like, we talked about this with Mbako, Goody. Like, if they can shoot, they got to get the shots up. And I felt like Ballo he played a great, 17, 12, 7 to 13. So whatever happened, hopefully we got it all. I really am interested, though, if had Renew not gotten hurt, does Ballo play? Because it was out of necessity. because Langdon Hatton got in there, and it was pretty clear early on he was no match for Somerville to give Ballo anything. So Ballo was going to have to go log a heavy load tonight. So I don't know what happened there, and quite frankly, I'm ready to move on from that. But I feel like I saw Ballo getting the crowd up there late, energy. Like that's what we want to see. Like this team's probably not, you know, what we thought they were, but they should make the tournament. They have enough talent to do that. And I think just by playing hard, that's worth its weight in gold, especially in Assembly Hall. Like there's never a game, no matter the team, that's not able to win in Assembly Hall. We saw it with the teams Crean put out there his first year. They were competitive. They lost almost all of them, but they were always like it is a different animal when people get into that building. And you saw the juice there tonight, you know, and that's what we need moving forward. You got to have that juice, and I'm interested to see like, can you carry this on the road to Philadelphia on this weekend and come out with an effort against a Penn State team that's 2-1 in the league? I mean, can they keep this going, or is this kind of a one-trick pony here?
I mean, we'll have to see because the teams they play bipolar, especially with their shots. Like sometimes, and the most confident player I've ever seen that doesn't make any shots is Kanan Carlisle because did the coach tell him he's got a green light on any shot? Because he was taking some crazy shots tonight, and he didn't make but one.
It doesn't look good. It does not. He's not. He did hit 1-3 tonight.
Even the commentator said something like he's missing like right and left, like it's not even online. But one thing I thought was very weird tonight was so they said Dylan Harper was sick, but does it make any sense to have your sick guy be on the sidelines next to your team? Because wouldn't you not want the rest of your team to get sick if he was sick? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean,
because if he was sick, I think they'd leave him at the hotel room.
I mean, who knows? I'm glad he didn't play, quite frankly, because
I wanted to see him.
I don't know who, we had Leo guard and Ace Bailey. I mean, honestly, I thought he did a decent job there in the start of the second half where, like, Bailey got it going again late, but there was like the first 10 minutes of the second half, he was gassed. But Leo was playing physical with him. Like it was kind of like when you're in high school and you're playing that guy that is going to major D1 and it's just working you and you're just trying to pull every trick out of the book. What an elbow, stepping on shoes, whatever you can do because you can't stop him. There's no and I think Leo did a nice job of that. How about Leo's 3 at the end of the first half?
Oh,
that's
man.
when I knew because Indiana got down 6 or 8 there when Bailey was hot. And Leo hits a wild 3 to put us up 7.5. And I think that Indiana carried some momentum in the second half. I think that made a difference. I mean, it was a wild shot, and sometimes you need things like that to go your way to get some momentum. But I'll tell you, Indiana moves 11-3, 2-1 in the league. It's a hell of a lot better sitting here talking after a win than a loss. And I felt like, I watched Woodson even at the half. Like he had a little bit of hop in his step. He had a little juice in him tonight. So, and I don't know, maybe too, and this may be, just thinking way too much into it, but like what he said at the half, going into the half, they asked him like, how are you going to stop Bailey? And that pro like coach mindset was that he's like, we got to get a body at him. Like we can't just let him do whatever he wants. Like I do think like that mentality helped in the first part of the second half, which knocked Bailey off his game, allowed Indiana to get it out 16. I think I got it up to 18. And then Bailey caught fire late. He was hitting threes, falling out of bounds, looking like Kevin Durant. I mean, what are you supposed to do there? I mean, tip your cap. Leo just kind of shake his head.
Hit the Kawhi Leonard fall out of bounds shot on the 76ers in Game 7. He was unbelievable. The Hoosiers pulled through. I thought they played pretty good. I felt like we rebounded a lot better than we have in a while. I know Rutgers isn't a great rebounding team, but our effort was there, especially defense and offensive rebounds.
I mean, plus 12. We got the the stats coming through here now. Plus 12 on rebounding. Indiana only shot 39% from the field, but to your point, the 12 rebounds, even that out, right? We got the rebounds and then only 8 turnovers. And a lot of those happen later in that stretch where
Hmm.
Indiana, they always get in that stretch 5, 6 minutes where it's a lull. And luckily they had a big enough lead to withstand that, but only 8 turnovers. You get 48 rebounds and 8 turnovers with this team, and you make 12 threes, you're going to win most of the nights. Like you're not going to beat everybody all the time, but 64% from three. So we got to lift that up. A lot of that was probably Ballo getting a few more free throws than we like, but you know, 16 assists. So we were over 2-1 on them with that. I thought they missed some really. I wrote this down. So they missed a lot of like critical free throws that were
Yeah.
like could have gotten into like five, and then they missed them.
Ace Bailey missed 2 critical free throws, but I mean, I don't know how much blame you can put on a guy that had 39 points and basically had to do everything.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, no blame, none on him. He was
but
what
one
unbelievable.
one thing I would like to see in their next game is, I think I'm done with Mbako turnaround jumpers. Those just never go in. Where
Step back and shoot the three like he did. That one he was about to shoot the 18-footer and he stepped back and he shot the
yeah,
three and he hit it.
he
Shoot the
he
three.
does he doesn't need to take as difficult a shots as he does sometimes, because he has a nice stroke, and but he's not Ace Bailey where he's going to be the guy is going to be in his eyeball and he's going to somehow shoot it. I mean,
No.
Ace Bailey's different, and he just is. He's better than everyone else by a landslide.
Yeah, I mean, Mbako might play in the NBA one day. He might, but he's a spot up shooter in the NBA. He's not whatever we just saw with Ace Bailey, Kevin Durant. Like, I mean, when he's just, he's just messing around with you. Like, there's nothing you could do. I mean, the guy took, 29 shots in a college game is a shit ton. That is a lot. And he made 16, 39 points, 8 rebounds,
4 blocks
no,
and a
no
steal.
turnovers, no
Four,
turnovers.
4 blocks and a steal.
So, do you think that Ace Bailey was scared of Goody or Leo Gardner there?
No.
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I think I got to thinking about this. I was wondering, like, what's Woodson thinking putting those guys on him? And I'm assuming he's thinking Ibaka's going to be fouled out if he puts him on there. So I might as well put these guys on him. They'll do, you know, what they did, try to put a body on them, try to rough them up a little bit, do whatever, know I'm not good enough, and kind of that old school mentality, and he still made the shot. So tip your cap to him. But I'm excited only from the standpoint of that I felt like Indiana played hard. And they played hard really, even during that stretch where they were struggling. They weren't. They were getting on the floor. They were diving for loose balls. They were waving the crowd. They acted like they gave a damn. And it is amazing what happens when you do that. Like, they have some talent, and you play like you give a damn. It matters.
And Miles Rice did not shoot that well tonight, but he had a pretty good game, and he made his free throws.
I thought, and I was pretty hard on him after the Winthrop game, and I think Miles Rice set the tone. And he was 8 for 8 from the line, right? So really important from your lead guard. But I felt like he set the tone. He had 1 turnover, probably played 38 minutes. They don't have that through yet. But, I have if Miles Rice and Umar Ballo play like that every night, I have no problems with that. I really don't. I thought, it's a shame that Renew got hurt early. I feel like this is a game where we probably could have, really gotten it going. And our boy in the chat says the Hoosiers are back. Woody has a smoker. This is a Final Four caliber team. Still need to work the high low with Renew and Ballo. Well, you can't work the high low when Renew wasn't in the game.
Is that
So,
Darren Breeze?
yeah. Yeah. In the chat says they're back. I mean, Woody's done unwanted it. I don't know. Hey, we'll see. We'll see, because what we call the league in the Big Ten, right? The league, Sunday at noon in Philadelphia at the Palestra, early game. Can you get up for that? Right? Are you going to be ready to go? I mean, Penn State. I don't know if you saw tonight. They got a gift at home against like we should beat them. We should beat USC at home. Like
Hey,
win these games you're supposed to
and
win.
let's not go to upstairs on Saturday night.
I mean, well, what is it? It is Thursday. So thankfully they'll be gone. They'll leave Saturday morning to go to Philadelphia. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. And then go to upstairs on Sunday night. When you get back, I don't give a damn. Like whatever. You don't play till Wednesday, that's fine. But like something I hope something clicked with this team of like, and maybe it was Ballo reading social media. Maybe somebody listened to us and said, hey, I'm going to show that middle-aged MFer that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and we're going to go on a run. I hope to God that happens. I hope Woody, I saw, at least for Woody, for one night, I saw a little bit of juice. I could hear him on the broadcast yelling out plays, instruction, things that you want a coach to do, right? So I'd rather sit here and talk about how Woody saved his ass than about who the next coach is going to be. I promise you that. Like nobody wants to. I'm too old to be turning the coach over every 4 years. It's probably going to happen. Like we'll see. But this is a heck of a lot, much more fun. And yes, Rutgers has some warts, but not many times the guy put 40 on a U Assembly Hall and he still win by double figures in the league. Like
I wonder how many guys have put up 40 at Assembly Hall.
Well, he didn't 39, but not many. Robbie Hummel was saying it in the league. Who knows? But I mean, so Indiana moves 2-1, 11-3 on the year, right? So I saw something on social media today that said Indiana's projections were to be 17-14 for the year going into the Big Ten tournament. They're 11-3. If you play like that, those numbers will not bear out. Indiana they win more than 17. But you have to stack performances like this, one after the other after the other. If you bring that effort on the road to Philadelphia, and I think you'll have some IU fans there, right? You don't have to go to Happy Valley where you're not going to have much. Like you'll actually be in Philadelphia where there's probably some alumni base, and I'm sure like if I lived there, I would go. So, what do you want to see out of Indiana on Sunday? We don't know if we're going to have Renew. Let's just assume he's out for a little while. Like, are you thinking we're just going to fall ass backward into this one big lineup?
I think it all depends on if we can hit shots. Because if we hit shots, everything opens up. If we don't hit it outside, like if Goody's hitting corner threes, then they can't really double Ballo every single time. If,
well, they went zone, right? That zone was, he was open. In rhythm, shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we did a nice job of actually driving the baseline and passing it to the corner three. But one thing real quick, Sherm. Guess who holds the record for points in Assembly Hall?
The record for points in Assembly Hall. Can I get one hint of just era? Like what decade?
I can't give that to you.
Okay. Is this an opponent or anyone?
No, this is an Indiana
player?
Yeah.
Or an opponent? It is an Indiana player. Mike Woodson.
Trace Jackson Davis had 43, and Steve Alford had 42.
That's the record, 43?
Yeah. I'm glad Ace Bailey stopped at 39 because we did not want him to have the record.
Really? Are we sure that's not just the Indiana record? How many opponents would have put over 43 on us? Let's be honest. That's got to be the record. Tracy Davis. That's him. As Mike Woodson called him when he first got the job. Tracy Davis. I'll never forget that. I don't care
what he called him. That man was a one-man record show.
Yeah. 43. I do remember that. That was, again, yeah. That was a hell of a performance. So 43. Is there anybody on this Indiana team capable of scoring 43 in a game? I don't believe so. That's okay, though.
Yeah. We don't, yeah.
We don't need that. Is okay. Let me ask you this: Is Luke Goody back?
His shot
Three of
looked
five
good.
from three tonight.
His shot looked good. He played
Hit one
decent
towards the end
defense.
against Winthrop. Is he back?
I mean, I don't know if he's back. He's 3 of 5, but he looked good.
Okay. Someone we haven't talked about yet. Trey Galloway, your boy. Ham
My
says no chance he's back. No chance he's back. Oh, I love it. The chat is live. I love it. I love it.
my
So no
my
chance he's back. Okay, fair.
my throw your chair moment was when he missed the layup in the second
Yeah,
half.
that has to be. Yeah, throw your chair moment. I will give that with you of missing the layup. And then Breeze says, if there are 30 players in the country better than Trace Jackson Davis, Coach Yah will kiss your ass. Yeah, I would agree. That is true. I mean, the Pacers should have picked him, but that's he would be the backup center right now, or maybe starting the power. Oh, wouldn't be the center, but maybe we could trade Miles Turner. But that's a different story. Mackenzie Mbako, we talked about this the other day. He had 13 shots. I said I wanted him to shoot maybe like 17.
Yeah, I mean
So
he's
I'm fine. Yeah, shoot
yeah.
a little bit more. 5 of 13 tonight. 3 of 7 from three. So no chance anybody scores 40. Uh, yeah. So he says no chance Goody's back. The negativity in the chat tonight. I like that. I like that. I can't be positive for too long. But Indiana wins. So 11-3. They go to play Penn State, who's 12-2 on Sunday at noon. Yeah. Snowstorms coming to Indianapolis. So we'll see. But
When's that Bengals game?
Saturday night,
Oof.
8 p.m.
If you
See,
win,
I
are
just
you
not.
in?
No,
Oh.
we got to win. All I ask for is the past. So standalone game Saturday night, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday.
At least the Colts choked for you.
Yeah, that was bad. Anybody watching this probably is a
they,
Colts fan.
they
So
lost to a team that was trying to lose.
yeah, that's true. So let's talk Penn State. Indiana plays Penn State on Sunday. Penn State kind of stole one from Northwestern. They had a Northwestern got shoved out of bounds at the end. There was also a goaltend that didn't get called. Um, Penn State, was it Ace Baldwin Jr.? He killed us last year.
Hmm.
And they got Puff Johnson. I think that was.
How old is Ace Baldwin Jr.? I feel like didn't he play at VCU? Hasn't he played for like 20 years?
It says senior.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say, it might say senior +3 on the right. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. He killed us. He didn't kill. He played 40 minutes tonight against Northwestern. So, they've got some guards. I mean, again, this is a game, quite frankly, Indiana, if you are a tournament team, you need to go win. Fair?
Yeah. Oh, they got Puff Johnson from North Carolina. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. He's another senior +1 or 2. Yeah, I mean, this is a game. So if you're looking at, I mean, I'm not going to, say I know a lot about Penn State, but Penn State lost to Clemson on a neutral court, and they also lost to the team we just lost to at the Rock by 4. So they lost to Rutgers, so a common opponent. And Harper had 24 that game, and Ace Bailey had 15. So what did they have? That's 39. That's the 39 that Ace Bailey put, but it was 2 guys. But I mean, Rutgers, I mean, they're going to beat some teams, like for sure. Purdue's got to go to the rack next Thursday. I'm calling that right now. Rutgers win that.
If Dylan Harper gets back from his illness.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. That's a business decision, as they say.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
what is
Wisconsin and Rutgers. Wisconsin, Rutgers go to the rack. I'm all in on Rutgers because I don't think we have to play them again.
Hey,
I'm all in.
Hey, do we hear anything else from one of our viewers about the Cam Ward situation?
Well, he's gone. He's going to the NFL. He's a top 5 pick in the draft. He doesn't care about Miami anymore. It wouldn't be a Hoosier Court podcast if we didn't get Miami Hurricanes football somehow worked into the podcast. And yes, follow us on YouTube. Podcast will be up tomorrow as well. But yes, I'm all in Rutgers. I'm going to be the biggest Rutgers fan you've ever seen because we need somebody that we've beaten to be worth a damn. And It starts on Monday when Rutgers beats Wisconsin. It continues on Thursday when they beat Purdue at the rack. Oh, they got 3 games in a row at home. Wisconsin, Purdue, and UCLA all back to back to back. That's big for the league. But you look at the Big Ten standings when we get excited a little bit. Indiana's 2-1, along with Penn State, and Purdue won tonight against Minnesota. And I think Illinois is up on Oregon at Oregon right now. So that'll be an interesting one to see what plays out. So Indiana travels on Sunday. Anything else that we missed from tonight's game that maybe
Do we know
that's
when
kind of
we play?
behind the scenes?
Do we know when we play Michigan? Because we're going to need to renew that game. They got 2 bigs.
We play them February 8th on CBS. So we got some time. Don't worry about that. Let's just we got to go 1-0 this weekend, like they say in the NFL. We got to go 1-0 on Sunday. If Indiana beats Penn State, if they beat Penn State on Sunday, we are all the way back. I'm telling you, if we beat Penn State and USC, and we go to Iowa City 13-3 and 4-1 in the league, we're all the way back.
Mm.
I mean, it may not happen. Can Woodson put something together? 1-0 Sunday. Ham says 1-0 Sunday. That's all we need to do, and that's what it is. Hey, you give me any type of hope, it's a hell of a drug. I'm glad that they played hard.
You somehow had a huge comeback from last game.
New year, new me, man. Like Oscar the Grouch coming out of the garbage can. I'm new year, new me. But yeah,
Hey,
man. I mean,
you see a couple 3 balls going, and you're all in. I like it.
Dude, I mean, you go 12 for 27 from 3, and you turn it over 8 times, and you out rebound your opponent by 12. You won't hear a damn thing from me.
And we won't be losing very many games.
No, I mean, and quite frankly, the only thing you could look at, we mentioned it, was the free throws. 65%, but again, Ballo was shooting a lot of those. So I think Hamas, anyway, our shooting carries over to Penn State. So remember, that game's at the Palestra in Philadelphia, not at Penn State. So I'm assuming, I don't know if the net counts that as a neutral game or a road game. I'll be interested to see how that plays out. But Penn State is giving up a road game or a home game to have that in Philadelphia. So that, it's on Big Ten Network at noon. That should be a great crowd. The Eagles, they've already sewed up the 2 seed, I think. So. And
Saquon won't be going for the record, so.
Saquon's not going for the record, so Philadelphia should be rocking and rolling on Sunday. So we'll see. I say, well, you did say Indiana would lose to Rutgers.
Well, yeah, but that's
75-60. 75-60.
Yes, but I also thought Dylan Harper was playing, which would have made a huge difference. But
in defense, Malik Renew didn't play, and that would have made a difference as well. It would have. I mean, let's not deny. That's our leading scorer.
That's like comparing Max Christie to LeBron James.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, that is our leading scorer. He would have. He had the first 2 points on a dunk right off the tip, ready to go, and it hurts his knee. So wipe that out. I said Indiana would win because they had to. They did. Thanks for everybody coming into YouTube Live.
Are we beating Penn State? Are we beating Penn State on Sunday?
Yeah, we're beating Penn State. We're beating USC, and we're going to be all the way back. Walk in your trap. Take over your trap. What I say.
Okay.
We'll see you on Sunday.
We'll
see
be
if we're
seeing
singing
you
the
Sunday
same
at
tune.
3:30 and see if you got the same energy.
All right.
Bye.
See you.